Okay, so one day I was walking around in my living room, wondering what everyone is doing. And so I see my brother watching TV. He's watching some sort of cartoon, but it has a weird art style. And so I ask him what it is, and he says he's watching Death Note. And so in my mind, I'm just thinking, oh, so you're gonna be one of those now. You're gonna watch anime. And so he says, "Yeah, it's a really good show. You should come watch it with me." And so, crazily enough, I did not want to because I thought people who read manga or watched anime were weirdos. I thought they were just weird. I don't know. And so, what I'm gonna be talking about today is actually the anime and manga community and their culture and why we should give it a try. And so, my main points are there's something for everyone, you get to meet new people, and crazily enough, some anime bring up real life issues, and well, the authors come up with creative ways to actually resolve those issues in their stories. And so, for my first point is that there's always something for everybody. Everybody is different and everybody has different tastes. We all know that. And so just like for example with music, some people are into rap, some people are into country, and it's the same for anime and manga. There's something different for everybody. For example, if you're like me and you like some action, some adventure, some fights, some cool fight scenes with good animation, well, there's a lot of anime for that and manga. For example, if you want to get into the classics, we have Fist of the North Star, Saint Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac, and the one everybody knows, or at least have heard of, Dragon Ball Z. And if you're a newcomer and want to get into the newer stuff first, updated graphics, newer animation, then there's animes like Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, and My Hero Academia. But it's not just fighting anime. There's also some intellectual anime out there, some wholesome anime like Tonikawa, that's a wholesome love story. And then there's also thrillers with intellectual aspects such as Steins Gate, Death Note, and Code Geass. And there's something for everybody. Just pick your poison. Secondly, we meet new people. Whenever I got into the anime community, whenever my brother finally convinced me to get into Death Note, I started talking to some people about anime, and then they would often ask, "Oh, what is it about?" And I would just go on this rambling spree about what I thought of it, my reviews, what I thought of the characters, what I thought of the story. And so I made new friends like that, especially with people who liked anime too. There are Discord servers out there. There's whole gaming communities that play anime fighting games such as the Naruto Storm series or the Dragon Ball games such as Xenoverse or Fighters. And there's also conventions such as Comic Con, but for anime and manga. And those are really interesting because you see everyone dress up as their favorite characters, everyone getting their manga signed, and it's a really active community, and it helps so much if you're a newcomer to talk to new people because it makes you feel more comfortable and you make a lot more friends, you become a lot more social, and it helps you improve yourself as a person and socializing wise because you are no longer ashamed of what you like. You want to talk to more people about the things you like, and you're not as worried anymore as about what they're gonna say. And this brings me to my last point, which is some animes actually bring up issues in real life. As I said before, some people are ashamed of what they like. And the anime and manga community, they don't judge you for the most part. They'll sit down and talk to you and listen to what you have to say. But not just that, but also bigger issues with the world are addressed in some animes, such as One Piece, in which the author often points out the issues of racism and social classes heavily in this show, with the villains of this show often being made because of the issues that are wrong in their society. And in one scene in the anime, we see that when the villain is defeated, he ultimately regrets his actions, because in the end, he says, and I quote, "We all bleed the same red blood," meaning that even though they were him and the protagonist were different, of different races, they were both people, and there was no reason for the conflict in the first place. And the authors often also bring in their own solutions to these issues in real life, such as with Naruto. And Naruto, a big conflict that's wrong with their society is hatred, and how that hatred has led to wars. And Naruto inspires the people by not thinking in a black and white perspective. Nothing has to be, oh, it's either you or them. He stands true to what he says, and says, no, it doesn't have to be this way. There's always a third option. It doesn't have to be one or the other. And we can especially see this in his confrontation with his friend Sasuke, who has become essentially a bad guy, in which Sasuke says, you're either gonna have to kill me, or you're just gonna have to let me go and do whatever I want. And then Naruto said, no, there's always a third option, and he saved his friend in the end. And it's a very creative and interesting way that the author presented this, because it formed a whole series, because Naruto's goal was to become a leader for his people, but he told himself, if I can't save my friend Sasuke, if I can't save one friend, then I have no right to call myself the leader of this village. And finally, whenever my brother got me into Death Note, it was my first official anime that I recognized and watched and enjoyed. Well, it changed me as a person, because I learned to not judge things by their cover. And since then, I was more open to more things and was not as quick to judge. And in the end, I even got some Death Note mangas. I got the whole collection of these, and they're really worth it. These are actually really good. If you want to watch the anime, it's really good too. About 27 episodes. You can watch it on Netflix. And the important thing is that by opening up to this new culture, I was able to get over my biasness, and was able to accept new things, new people, and I wasn't quick to judge anymore. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for listening.